We're live?
Uh-huh.
Barely.
Hi, Danny boy.
What's going on, guys? Don't get too close. We're both sick. Her and I both got something from our grandkids. I'm sucking on a cough. What the hell is that?
Here you go. You can advertise for them.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
really
sucking
good.
on one of these things so I don't have a coughing fit during the live.
Gesundheit. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jonas.
Oh, this has been brutal.
Bill Matieska says, hey, all.
Nothing's worse than a summer cold.
Ford LTD says, greetings from Texas.
What's happening, man?
Greasy Garage says, hey, gang. Does nothing special says, hey, Tony and Kathy. Lost Cadavers in Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Nova. Fubar. Kathleen Mitchell says hello from Idaho. Dodge Boy 5150. Sam C. Yo Tony and crew from England. I like England.
Huh?
I like England.
You do. You got to speak up because I can't hear you. My ears are clogged.
Well, I'm sorry. That's too bad. We're both sick, and this is my voice.
This is brutal. I don't know if we're going to be able to go the whole 2 hours tonight. So
Probably
I gotta
not. I'm on too. I am adorable. Thank you, Thumper.
You are adorable.
Thumper says I'm adorable.
You are adorable.
Sam C. Kathy.
Nobody ever says I'm
raining
adorable.
Here as usual. Is it, Sam? It's been raining here like crazy.
Yeah.
You got the Rona? I don't think so.
No, we had the Rona a couple of times.
What's up, Zero? You know, this is just as bad, though.
It's just a really bad cold. The girls, my granddaughters were over here for a couple of days earlier this week, and the little one was bouncing all over me. She thinks I'm like one of them like jungle gym things that you climb all over. So next day she went home. She was sick, and then the day after that I got this, and then Kathy got it at the same time. So this is like 3 days now of like fevers and coughing. I haven't slept. Every time I fall asleep, I start coughing again.
Thumper says Tony is handsome and very fetching. No homo, though.
Well, thank you, but nobody ever says I'm adorable.
You're not adorable.
I'm not adorable.
I
feel left out.
Tony is extra adorable.
Oh, okay.
My voice is very deep right now.
Yeah, you sound like Marlena Dietrich.
Sorry, everybody.
Excuse
accent. Me. Oh, man. I'm going to lose it. Is it? No, it's not. Not COVID, no. We're just really sick. Okay, so hopefully we'll get through this, eh?
Nah, probably not.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
World's Cadaver says Tony is adorable in a scruffy way.
Well, thank you.
Wow, it's really hard for me to talk. I gotta cough.
I know. I can't really talk either.
Excuse me, hang on. Oh, my Lord. My throat is on fire.
The show must go on.
It's not going to go on.
But it's going on. We're doing it right now. Just hang in there for another like 1 hour and 55 minutes, so it'll be great.
Can you guys do... Can I send you the questions in sign language? So I don't
yeah, you can do anything? That. Definitely. You know, I studied sign language for years.
Oh, Zero, what's up? He says you both are troopers.
You could
but when you want, call it. We're good. Okay. Thank you, Zero.
There's something especially rough about a summer cold, and I don't know why that is. Like
maybe because it was like 106 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
106. Something crazy. While hiding in the house. Cancel live and go rest. Tony won't cancel it.
I pulled the motor out of Plan Z yesterday, and then this morning I spent like 3 or 4 hours sailing on the charger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get work done. I can't make videos though because I can't talk.
Hi, Dada Le Breton.
What's happening?
CK says it might be allergies. That's what we thought at first.
That's what we thought at first.
This isn't allergies.
No.
No. Sorry, everyone. We're sorry. We're sorry we're not healthy. We're sorry we sound like crap. We're sorry we're going to be coughing all night. We're going to be coughing all night.
Yeah.
Just kind of bear with us.
And I really haven't slept in like 2 days. So if I'm not with it, you know why. He's drunk or high. Oh out sick.
If I laugh, I'm gonna cough. Allergies are weakness. We don't allow it. Zero says.
Allergies are what?
Weakness.
Yeah, no, we don't allow that.
I have a cough drop in my mouth, so if I say something funny, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have my Mexican Coke and my cigarette, so
Okay, good.
I'm good to go.
It's a cold. It's a really bad cold with a stuffy nose, sinuses, a sore throat,
It's not a really
and then a
bad cold.
cough.
It's vicious.
It's a vicious cold.
It's a vicious cold. It's not a flu. It's a
No.
cold, but it's a bad one.
Excuse me.
You need this? Oh,
No,
you have
I
your
have
own?
my box of
So you got your-
tissues. Excuse me, everybody.
This is pathetic.
It is. Excuse me, everyone. Benjamin C. is laughing.
This is-
Commercials. Gesundheit, thank you.
This is almost as bad as when I tried to do that 24-hour marathon and it went like 11 hours before I lost my voice completely.
Ah,
You remember that one?
I can't talk.
I can't either.
All right. You came again with a case of the Cabral. Chongo 68 says.
How is Brian? Brian, I know you're watching. I know you use the Turner something or other name. How you doing, man? I really wish you
No,
go.
he's not Turner.
No, there's two different Turners. There's Turner that uses a Corvette for his avatar, and then there's Turner numbers after it. And the Turner numbers after it is Brian.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, trust me.
The one with the car in the sand, that Turner, he's been around for a long time.
No, different Turner.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I do miss you, Brian. Honestly, that was great. I
I
wake up
don't
every
miss
morning.
you. Why you lie? I don't miss him.
But I do. I felt special as long as
never
Brian
watched
was
him
making
anyway.
videos about me. I mean, I see Mopars that everything tries.
Mm-hmm.
And he really does put a lot of effort into it. But he's not really consistent enough, and he doesn't jump on every single thing that I do. He kind of like,
Oh, maybe he waits and puts them all in one video. Maybe he makes a list. You know, instead of doing it daily.
no, well, he doesn't really do it daily. Brian did it daily. Brian did at least, stop, shush. Brian did at least 2 videos about me a day, sometimes 3.
Yeah.
Mopars or everything only pops out like 1 a week, 2 a week. And Brian, oh, come on, girl. I'm going to turn you into slippers. Stop. Hey. All right, they got to go in.
Come on, guys. Let's go. Come on, get your cookies. Let's go.
That's it. Just shut the door. Just shut the door. Just shut the door.
Without giving them cookies?
Yeah,
They're
that's
lying to them.
fine. That's okay.
Oh, that's mean.
They'll live. They'll live.
That is so
They can come out in a
mean.
little while. So, yeah, Mopars are everything tries, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Brian had a real knack to what he does.
Okay, we have a question.
Yeah.
Excuse my voice, Mopar Jeff. Tony, what are you doing with the green duster behind you?
Nothing. It just sits there. It's a prop.
There you go.
Oh, I don't want any more of these right now.
They work though, right?
Well, I haven't coughed since I started.
Yeah.
It's just a prop.
It's a prop.
It's just cardboard and there's sticks holding it up from the other side. It looks pretty good though.
Oh, so it's fake. Is it paper mache? It's
No, it's real.
not paper mache. Are you gonna blow it up?
No. It's a completely bone stock, slant 6, 3-speed on the floor duster, and that's how it's going to stay. There's no plans for it other than to repaint it because there's
Again?
a few areas. Yes, I have to repaint everything that I freaking paint.
Let's
That's
paint.
just the way it is.
How about we paint the cars that really need paint?
Yes.
Okay, so somebody had asked earlier, what's going on with Plan Z?
Plan Z, the body is going to Shane Polito. Shane Polito is going to back half it. He's going to put a cage in the thing, and he's going to use it as a drag week type of car with a Slate 6. So he was supposed to pick it up this morning. I pulled the motor out yesterday. I pulled my fuel system out yesterday. So he's going to take that car and back half it. I'm transferring all of this Lane 6 stuff to the mule. The mule is
Uh-huh.
going to the shop as soon as the charger is done. Body Man Ron has had a lot of distractions over the last month and a half now. So I say I sanded on the car myself for a few hours this morning. I'm probably going to shoot it myself tomorrow or the next day because I got to get it done. I got to get it out of there so that this car can get over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got to get at least something done before everything collapses, and it's going to be that.
It's true. It's true. Somebody says Uncle Kathy sounds like the lady from Blazing Saddles, Madeline Kahn. She sings in German.
Yeah, that's what I said before. I said you sound
Yeah.
like Marlene Dietrich.
Right.
Just throw a German accent in there.
I don't even know these German songs. I would do it if I knew some.
So on top of that now, I put the converter and slag hammer over a month ago, right? We got rained out 3 weekends in a row. Then last weekend, Kathy couldn't go, and I couldn't get a photographer. I couldn't find anybody to shoot video, and
I couldn't go because we didn't have a dog sitter.
and we didn't have a dog sitter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of silly to try to go and do YouTube when you don't have anybody to shoot video. So I said, all right, and I was so I said, fine, we'll go next weekend, meaning yesterday. And yesterday again, we couldn't get a dog sitter, so Dr. Art was going to go. Dr. Art's got that turbocharged LS Ranger. So Dr. Art was going to go, and he was going to shoot me, and I was going to shoot him, so we'd have video. And they closed the track because of heat. So
It's crazy hot now.
so this is going on. This is going on like the 5th week in a row. We've been trying to get to a track, but we have not been able to.
Okay. Tony has the coof. Tony's sick.
I'm very sick.
both
I am
sick.
very. I am as
we
sick
have
as
colds.
sick gets. Honestly, right now.
That's why I sound like Madeline Kahn.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's right. I sound like Madeline
You
Kahn.
sound like Madeline
Yes.
Kahn. Two Hacks just got back from vacation.
Ah, welcome home.
Got back Gulf Shores, New Orleans, and Memphis. Two Hacks is tired.
Memphis barbecue is really good. Our barbecue sucks. Nashville, Middle Tennessee barbecue sucks. The only thing I don't really like about this place, the Memphis stuff is really good, like the dry rubs and all. But,
Memphis has dry rub?
yes.
Oh, we have like that vinegar stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
have a
don't like
vinegar
that.
based. It's not very good.
No, I don't like that either. Fight it off. It's what works. Sucks, but always works. Well, really, what other choice do you have?
What did he say?
Fight it off? The
We're
cold?
fighting.
We're
I'm fighting.
We're working.
Yeah, I said before, you know what? I'll just die now. And I said, fight it off. You've got to do a live tonight. So here we are, fighting it off.
I said to Tony, I said to you like maybe like an hour ago, like if we were professional, we would just postpone it a day or
Right,
two.
but we're not professionals.
Instead of going on live like this.
No, we play professionals on YouTube, but we're not actually professionals.
Sierra says, boss, I see you fighting.
I'm trying.
What's up, Adam Wagner?
These are more words than I've spoken in the last 2 days because the whole, like, you know, the roof of your mouth is, your throat is on fire.
No, trust
and
me, you talk all the time.
No, this is a lot.
He talks all the time. Don't let him fool you.
Uh,
Rednecks and Hammers says, wow, I made it on time tonight.
welcome, Rednecks and Hammers.
Let's see. Wendy English says, hello, Tony and Kathy. And everyone.
What's going on, Wendy? You know who I sound like?
Who do you sound like?
The comic book guy.
No, you don't sound like a comic book guy.
I don't sound like the comic book
But
guy.
if my voice gets any deeper, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Your voice is deeper than mine right now.
It is. My voice is deeper than yours. It's kind of crazy. Papa Halls. Yeah, Joe K, we have this. Ricola. They're actually really good.
Rico,
And they work.
yeah,
And
it's
we're
actually
almost
not
out
bad.
of them. We have few.
It's not bad.
Okay. It's not bad, right?
It's not terrible.
And
I don't normally like this stuff.
I don't
this
like
one,
it
this
either.
is what flavor is that?
But it works. Berry medley.
Yeah,
everybody-
berry medley. This stuff right
Ricola
here.
berry medley. Swiss alpine herbs.
Yes.
Ooh, berry flavor. What's up, Stevie B?
So all we've talked about for the last since we got on here is how sick we are.
Yeah. So Uncle Kathy wishes Uncle Tony would shut up once in a while.
Are we
While
like those?
laughing.
Are we being like those people that go on Facebook and they show pictures of their feet
Ooh, that's disgusting.
and they're in the hospital? They got stuff in their arms and down their throats.
That's gross.
Are we those people right now?
Well, no, like we had to say that we're sick because of how we sound.
Yeah, there's no other excuse for it.
Right. Thanks, Stevie B. He says, feel better, guys.
We do. We will.
We'll be fine. We're okay. You guys
Jeez.
can watch Tony cough live.
Live. This is not simulated coughing. This is the real thing.
Oh, don't put that in my face. Don't blow that smoke into me.
Oh,
I'll
but the
never
mosquitoes
stop
are
coughing.
eating me alive.
Okay, so Charlie Roma says, hello, Tony and Kathy.
Hey,
I'm
Charlie.
going on vacation in Nashville. I'll say hello from afar, like real far.
No, Charlie. Charlie, you're like family. Please, you kidding me? You make sure you let us know as soon as you're in the area.
Yeah, you have to message, but I don't check the messages all the time. Oh, okay, let's see. Should we put masks on? No.
Sure. Well, fuck.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna take another cough medicine thing.
Have another cough drop. They work.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's see. Flush out the sinuses with Brake Clean.
Aye.
Nah, don't do that. Just kidding. If Tony hacks
Nitro.
up
I
a
need a dose of
lung,
nitro. That'll clear me
this
out.
video can go viral. So what's going on with the when are we gonna be able to get the car to the shop? I feel like I ask you that all the time. You're like, stop
You do
asking
ask
me
me
that.
You do ask me that all the time. That car is gonna go to the shop as soon as the charger is on the ground. The charger should have been on the ground a month and a half ago,
Right, but it's not.
but it's not. So I'm going to take matters into my own hands and make sure that before this week is out, that car is done and driving. It drives. It's no problem with that.
Yeah, painted. You mean?
I got to paint it. I just got to paint it. I got to get it out of the way.
Can you paint it in this heat? It's supposed to rain this week
If
again. Like 4 days.
If I have to fill my mouth with the paint and blow it onto the side of the car, it's going to get done.
You know, that'd be a great video. You want to do that? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to do that? So Mexican spec. Oh, he's telling Jolly Rancher that I build my own cars. Because he was asking if you were going to build me a race car. But I did the motor and the charger.
You built a motor and
Yeah.
a charger. Yeah, she's
So,
helped
I do
or
a lot.
done pretty much everything there is to do, kind of.
Yeah. I have.
I mean, you've been around this stuff since you were what? 15?
Yeah, 15.
And you're well over 100 now.
Well over 100.
So
You can tell by the sound of my voice.
she's really been around the block. She's had her hands in pretty much everything.
Yeah, I don't really need to build anything anymore.
Didn't I have you set the clutch on a fuel car once? Did I teach you how to do the clutch with the fuel gauges?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I hated doing the clutch.
I know. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. And I'm like, I'm good. I've done that. I don't have to do it again unless I really want
You
to.
used to mix the nitro,
I used to mix the nitro, yeah.
and then
I
you
used
would,
to pack the chute.
you
That
would
was nerve-wracking.
well, packing a
Packing
chute.
the chute? Oh my God.
Yeah,
My
it's another
blood
thing that-
pressure must have been like, I don't know, 300 over like 150. Yeah.
See, I never touched the chute, so just in case I ended up going off the other end of the track, I had somebody to blame.
Yeah, right, of course. Yeah, no, it's nerve-wracking. It has to go in precisely right.
There's a fuel
So
jug there.
it
Does it
comes
have
out
a smiley
precisely
face on it?
right.
Wait, hang on. Oh, God. Oh, God.
If you're just tuning in, we have a cold. We apologize for the way we sound. He's getting a jug out of the shed.
No,
You know what? I think that one's cracked, actually.
it is cracked.
We gotta get rid of it.
What's in it?
I don't know what's in it. Is it gas?
I know it's got a liquid in it.
Where is it?
Oh,
What is it?
I don't know.
You don't
It's,
know?
it's nothing holy though.
Is it fuel or something?
No, well, I don't know what it was, but that's garbage. Throw that out.
What about it? What about the can? Why'd you get it?
Because you used to make, when it was like 100%, you'd make a smiley face on it.
Oh, I did?
It was either you or your sister.
I don't remember. 100%?
Yeah,
What
if
did
the,
we do? We did 100%.
before you mixed.
Right. Oh, yeah,
You would
yeah.
check it, and if it was 100%, you'd put a smiley face on it, and that's
Right.
how it
So
was
we would know.
100%.
Right. Okay, so Alpha 13 Dylan sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
He says, "Hey Tony, we talked last time about calipers on a 73 Dodge D100.
Right.
They are not on upside down. I'm not sure if you remember the chat.
Yes, I
Thank
do.
you for the awesome content."
Well, thank you. That was the best. That was my best guess, bro. That was my best guess at it.
Let's see. Always check a fuel jug with a cigarette in hand.
Oh, I always used to, please.
So Mexican spec, I spent the week cutting trees so we can extend the backyard.
You did. You did a beautiful job. You're like a freaking lumberjack. She hacked off branches, whole sections of the trees, because we got the border collie coming. She's
Excuse me.
she's 1 month old today. Is that right?
Friday.
Friday. She was a month old on Friday. So we get her in 2 weeks. And so we're extending the backyard, I don't know, a good 30 feet or so.
No, last Friday she was a month old. She's 5 weeks old.
She's 5 weeks old.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got to be adorable now. They go from looking really weird and kind of homely to like adorable in like that 5-6 weeks, and they're just beautiful. So we're extending the backyard about 30 feet to give her some run room, and so that Kathy can start training for her for agility, because Kathy wants to go compete in agility competitions with the dog.
Let's see. Oh, he was saying that our yard was too little last week. So
Oh,
I'm
not anymore.
extending it.
No,
Yeah.
we're extending it.
I cut trees all day long. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Yeah. Let's see.
You really did a nice job on the freaking trees.
Thank you.
It looks like a professional did that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. J. Russell Finch, live stream the Charger paint drying, please. Can you do that?
You know, I probably could. Maybe we'll live stream the whole thing.
They want to see the trees. Can we see the trees?
Can you show them the trees from there?
Just
turn around and show them.
Are they gonna be able to see that?
No, not you turn around. Turn the camera
Yeah, I
over.
know, but I'm saying, are they gonna be able to see that?
I don't know. Check.
Alright. I don't want to lose my connection. I don't look at some of the garden because it has to be redone. Okay, see the trees? I don't know if you can tell. You cut a lot of branches off. But yeah, that little fence is coming down, and we're gonna put a big fence behind the trees and go all the way out. So yeah, it's good. You hear the rest of the yard, working on the yard, working on cleaning out the shed, Tony. All right, here he is. All right. Can I come cut your trees too? Mexican Spec says they're hanging over my cars. No, I cut trees like once a year. Okay. Eat garlic cloves, Tony.
No, I haven't had garlic in a while.
Yeah, we've been eating healthy though.
I haven't eaten healthy.
Yours looks beautiful. Oh, there are cars. Yeah.
Well,
I'm working on the yard.
When this one is gone, there's nothing that's going to take its place. I'm going to keep the duster back here because I have no plans to use it, and I really have no other place to put it. So I'm going to move it up about 5 feet. But when that car is out of here, the yard will just be much, much bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, that car looks a little decrepit.
A little decrepit. Yeah, well, it's sat back here for what, 15 years?
Long time.
That car's been back here for a long freaking time.
Yeah. Tony definitely needs 6 more cars back there. No.
I had go
No.
back when we were doing the parts business. This I was parting cars out back here too. But we were parting cars everywhere, and we built the '68 Roadrunner basically from scratch. This in the garage here, and we built the '72 Swinger from scratch back here, and we did it on gravel. We didn't even have this pad over here. We did it on gravel.
The
So
mule looks Mexican with those Jeep rims.
yeah, well, it's just not enough for me to roll it around. I have some slots for it at the shop.
Hmm. Adam Wagner says, "What your duster, Uncle Tony? 72."
74. Slant 6, 3-speed on the floor.
Maurice Caleb says, "What makes the 71 Satellite Sebring Plus a plus?"
The trim, it's got essentially the same trim as the GTX. So it's got that strip that runs along the belt line of the car. Is that the belt line? Just above the rockers and over the wheel openings. This is just a higher level of trim.
Bruce,
You can get a Sebring Plus with a 318. They didn't come with slant sixes. I think the base engine for the Plus was a 318, but you could get every other option. You couldn't get a Hemi. You couldn't get a 446 pack. No, I lie about that. My friend Dave, you weren't supposed to be able to get a 446 pack in a Sebring Plus, but my friend Dave in New York actually had one. He ordered it brand new. It was a 71 Sebring Plus 446 pack with the air grabber. So he wanted everything that was a Roadrunner without it being a Roadrunner. And but yeah, the Plus was just a higher level of trim.
let's see. Brisbane board says, "Sell ad space on the side of the duster."
What was that?
Sell ad space on the side of the
I
duster.
could, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're not smart like that.
No, we're not smart like that.
Other people are smart like that.
Yes, we give away a lot of money. Like we really don't take advantage of stuff that we could or should be taking advantage of. But we're happy.
Hmm. Duster seems like a fun car to drive around cars, CK says.
What was that?
Duster seems like a fun car to drive around town.
Oh yeah, it's perfect for that. It's just a happy all around car. What I like about this car and why I decided to keep it is that it's a low mileage West Coast car. It came from, I don't know if it was Arizona or Nevada. It came from someplace out there, and the guy moved here to Nashville and brought the car with him. So, with the exception of a rust hole in the floor about yay big from the windshield leaking, it's a completely rust-free car. I mean, you go and leave the quarter panels, all the usual rust places, and the car is virgin metal all the way around. And it literally drives like a brand new car. We used it for about a month or two as a daily.
No, not even.
Not even, right? A couple of weeks.
Not even. We just put it like we parked it. You
No, that's not
painted it?
true. I was using it to run around.
Were you?
Yes. The nice thing about this car is that typically A bodies, especially of this vintage, are kind of rattle trappy. You know what I mean? Like you hit bumps and things go gang like that. They were cheap cars, and this one is just solid. It's like you open and close the doors, the trunk. It's just got a solid feel, and it drives down the road like a brand new car. Like you close your eyes and say, "Oh, I'm driving a brand new car." So that's why I decided to keep it and preserve it.
Okay. Let's see. We're talking to each other. Maurice says, "Thank you. Keep up the good work." Um, Los Guitarra says, "Uncle Tony, is $1,800 too much to pay for a 75 Charger 400 4-speed?"
75 Charger 400 4-speed. It wasn't available. I mean, somebody could have put a 4-speed in it, but that body, 75B body, was not available with a. Okay, it was probably a manual 3-speed car that somebody swapped a 4-speed into. And how much did they say for it?
18?
I'd be all over that. I would just be literally all over
He
that.
says it's definitely chopped up.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. But if the bones of the car is solid, man, if it's got good frame rails, decent floor, and the body's like kind of all there and intact, man, yeah, I'd dive on it for that price.
Okay. Tony, would you ever consider selling the Duster? Anthony Perna wants to know.
No, I really don't want to sell it. I've gotten rid of a few cars. I got rid of that '66 Dart. I sold it to Kim. Kim fixes things. I got rid of the '67 GT. I sold it to the guy Josh with the satellite, the 446 pack satellite. I sold that to his brother. Didn't we get rid of another car?
That's it.
Just those two?
Mm-hmm.
And Plan Z, the body of Plan Z is going to Shane Polito. But I really, there's nothing else I want to get rid of, and I know that I can't replace that car only because of how tight it is. I'm sure I could find another clean Duster or whatever, but that thing is rust free. Like I said, it has a hole in the driver's side floorboard about that big from the windshield leaking. I just haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. But the quarters, the trunk, everything on that car is like literally brand new, and I know I can't replace that, so it's not for sale.
Robert says, what year did Chrysler change its lug bolts to be righty tighty lefty loosey
71.
on both driver and passenger sides? 71.
Yeah.
Is the GT you sold the Dart GT you used to race in Mexico?
Oh, we raced it in Mexico.
We tested it with
yeah,
that.
yeah, we had that G Tech,
Yeah.
the G Tech, which was what a freaking load that thing was. Um,
Total garbage. Expensive
garbage.
Paid a lot from that for that.
Yeah.
70 and Oz. Strange that we did something first. Oh, the lug nuts. Zero says, why left-handed thread? Chrysler had a missile division. Don't question smart men.
So the theory was that if you were going down the road, if somebody had forgotten or neglected to tighten the lug nuts, or they worked themselves loose, the theory was going down the road with a reverse rotation, the lug would actually want to tighten itself instead of loosen itself up. That was the theory. That's why they did it. There's no other reason for it. The same thing with ring gear bolts. So ring gear bolts are the same way. Ring gear bolts are reverse thread because if they're proper thread with the direction of rotation, if they're not completely tight or they work themselves loose for whatever reason, they'll continue loosening themselves up. But because they're reverse thread, as the ring gear spins, it's actually tightening or wanting to tighten the bolts, keep them from unscrewing themselves.
Same with mechanical fan. Big Red Channel 20. Can you hear me?
No, not really.
Same with mechanical fan. I'm trying not to make myself cough.
Mechanical. Oh, okay, yeah. On the serpentine belt systems, yeah, because the fan spins. Yeah, that's why they're backwards threads on a fan.
We just traveled back in time to 1968. What car are you going to buy?
68.
What are you buying?
What's that?
What are you buying?
Uh, Probably a Roadrunner. Um,
Not Charger?
no,
No?
no. Remember, I got rid of that Charger for the Roadrunner when I built the Hemi, the first Hemi, and I was like, I'm gonna stick
Only
this.
because the Roadrunner was later.
Yeah,
That's the only reason.
yeah. That's the same reason I would do it today. You all right? You're not. Yeah, just let the cough out.
I can't.
It's stuck. We're
It
having
hurts.
human technical difficulties.
Sorry, guys. I
Uh,
have a bad cold.
So, Roadrunner, y- I, I would go with a 383 Roadrunner.
Yeah?
Yeah. If it was 69, it would have been a scrambler. Ooh, my mosquito thing went on.
A
That's why I'm
dang
getting.
uvula transplant. That's right, Lederhosen.
What was that?
I can't say it. That dang uvula transplant. Okay.
That's what you get from choosing a doctor from an infomercial.
Uh, thank you, Christopher Horner. Cough medicine. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't take that. Alright. You
Oof.
don't need a left-handed wrench for left-handed bolts. What? What?
I don't know.
What?
I do have a slight fever, so if I seem off,
If we're both off.
yeah,
No, don't make that excuse.
it's not an excuse. I'm telling you the facts. If I'm a little off, I'm like, huh? I have a slight fever, probably like 99, 100, like that.
That's not a reason, Tony. You're alive.
I know, and I've got mosquito bites all over me. I'm gonna burn a mosquito
Okay,
bite.
Tony, don't do that on live.
That's how I get rid of mosquito bites.
Tony,
What?
don't do that on live.
It's already done.
Okay. Let's see. Tony has a fever, and the only antidote is more cowbell. Don't make me laugh. I'll start coughing. Okay. VW Manxman from Manx. Let's see.
Here's a name for you.
I think VW's kind of peaked in the late 80s, though. They were everywhere and super cheap, but the performance aftermarket had finally gotten around to producing a bunch of parts.
The Scirocco's and the early Rabbits were cool. I remember the Scirocco's were cool. There was a guy, so you got to go back to I think it was like 1977. There was a guy who had there was a class I used to follow as best I could, being that age and really only being able to see the stuff in magazines. There was a class called Double A Modified Compact, and Buddy Ingersoll owned that class with a turbocharged Pinto. And there was a guy who, for a brief time, either had the record or had actually beat Buddy Ingersoll, and he had a turbocharged Scirocco. It was a front-wheel drive car. And I thought that was neater than hell. In 1977, it must have been 77, maybe it was 78. But yeah, the Scirocco's were cool. The early Rabbits were cool, and
Is that
then
the stuff that like hipsters put on their French fries?
say that again.
Scirocco.
Scirocco, yeah.
Okay. No, that's Sriracha.
I don't know, but it was whatever it is. It was a car. It was a car.
Okay. Uvula was an 8th grade video they showed us back then.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Get to know your uvula.
Oh
It's the only one
goodness.
like it.
Tony, any interest in building a fox body?
Man, I play with that. I was over at Andy Mays. Andy Mays has a shop. I don't know. I guess about 5 miles from my place. And I was there the other day, and he's got a couple of fox bodies sitting outside. They run the hell out of those things. They run a lot of back half races, no prep stuff. And he's got a couple of rollers there. And every time I pull up there, I'm like, man, that could be a lot of fun. And then reality sets in, and I realize I don't have the time or the ability to go run the stuff that I've already got. So to take on another project like that is just not in the cards.
John, don't make me laugh.
What did he say?
You're what? Uvula, this is a family show.
The uvula is a family body part.
Right. Slant 6 fox body? No.
No.
Do not put a slant 6 in a fox body. I would have to shut the channel down if you did that.
I swear to God, listen, I've had so many people come and go since I started this channel, right?
Chris Cadman says do it.
I've had so many people come and go since I started this channel, and they were like, yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, let's do this. I want to go there. I want
It's
to
a
race that. I
common
want to.
thing.
And I'm like, yes, let's do this thing. And then
It's not just us. That's a common thing.
100% of the time, they either turn out to be flakes, idiots, egocentric, like control freaks. There's always a thing that happens that stops it. If I found the right person who I could say, yes, here, take this car and go race it, right? And I knew that they were capable of doing that without doing stupid, stupid things that I would discover for years after the fact. Please, please, then yes, I would build a fox body. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
You
But
should just do it for yourself.
I can't race the stuff we got. Bottle rocket is sitting there with
I think
cobwebs on it.
honestly it would be easier to take out the fox body.
No, what's the difference? It's all the same. It's time away. It's time away. It's a dog sitter. It's a video person. It's all the logistics, the weather. It's all
That's
the
our life.
logistics have
It's
to line
okay.
up. I wish I could be like Bill Hodgkins and have a full crew and a whole family that was into this stuff, and then you could just all you got to do all day long, all night long is just work on YouTube and your race cars, and that would be great. But I don't have that kind of support system. It's just me and the old lady, and
The what?
you,
The what?
just me and Uncle Kathy.
That's
So
funny.
I don't have the opportunities to do those things.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. You find a way to make it work.
No, it doesn't work.
The UTG compound with on-site quarter-mile strip. That costs a lot of money, Danny boy.
Maybe sometime soon.
See. So you're saying if I moved out, we could actually build Gypsy Kablamo? Zero says.
Zero, come
Come
on
on,
out, bro.
Zero.
Come on out.
Yeah, we'll call it Gypsy Kablamo.
I will call anything you want Gypsy Kablamo.
Jack,
Seriously,
what?
I've been hampered by a lack of reliable help.
Jack Fleming fan says, Tony, what is your opinion of electric cars and would you ever want to own one?
I've done videos about this. I've talked about it many times. In terms of regular cars, right? Like just something you're going to drive, your commuter car that you're going to run to and from work or school or the store or whatever, right? I don't care. It doesn't make any difference. Today's internal combustion cars don't have any more character or personality than an electric car does. So to me, it really doesn't make any difference. And I just view it as another form of motivation for a car. Not a problem. From a performance standpoint, I think what Tesla has managed to do, like with the Plaid, is just off the chain. I think it's fantastic. I would, given a choice between a Hellcat or a Plaid, I would take the Plaid. Because if I'm looking for modern performance, that's where you're going to find it, right? But the political side of it, the agenda that's shoving these things down people's throats prematurely, and the lies and the misinformation that go along with all of that, I'm as against that as you could possibly be. So that's my feeling about electric cars. They're just another device. As far as I'm concerned, they're just another device to get down the road, and I have no problem with them at all. But I can't even say it. See, you got to be careful with words you use on YouTube if you want to get like marginalized or canceled, right? You got to be careful with words you use. So the agenda, you know, uh, that's what bothers me about electric cars. And from that perspective, I'm dead set against them.
Okay, Slow Vegas says you only say old lady around friends, Tony.
Yeah.
Mm, you're not supposed to say it in front of me.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, oh, is that supposed to say it in front of you?
I think so, no. Thumper says I want out of Michigan. And let's see. Anthony Curtis says I'm trying to get my wife on board for leaving New Jersey for Tennessee. I've been working hard lately.
I don't know how anybody exists up north. I honestly don't. I don't. As the de-evolution of our system and our country happens, the distinctions between the states and how they're governed is becoming more and more important. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back to like the good old days, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? Who cares what state you're in? You're in the United States. It's all the same, right? Not anymore. Now, in the new world system that we're in and is evolving, those differences between the states and the freedoms that you have between the states is becoming very, very apparent. So, at this stage of the game, how anybody could stay in a place like New York or California or New Jersey or Michigan or Illinois, how
It's what
anybody
they're
could
used
stay.
to.
What's that?
It's what they're used to. We were used to New York at one point. I mean, we didn't like it, but
But we got ourselves out of there
yeah, but we
while
were
the getting was
used to
good.
it.
While the getting was good. Uh, how anybody could stay in those states, I have no idea. I
Maine is beautiful. I love Maine. Let's see. Tony's been hitting the weights. Are you hitting the weights? Are you working out, Tony?
no, but I was this morning. I was block sanding on the charger, so all pumped up.
Yeah, your arms are pumped up.
Yeah,
I need another coffee shop, everybody. Please excuse me for a moment. Uh, talk, Tony.
I don't know what to say. I'll narrate. Kathy's throwing her head back in the chair, coughing into her mouth. Now she's frantically unwrapping the cough thing. She popped it in her mouth. She rolled her eyes back like in a look of
Tony.
relief.
Okay, Anthony Perna says, Tony, my wife thinks she's going to hate it. Been trying to get her to take a trip. I'm sure she will fall in love with it.
Kathy hated it for 15 freaking
I
years.
did hate it.
She
I'm not
hated
gonna
it.
lie.
Okay, she hated it. She gave me hell.
I
She
hated it.
put me through hell for 15 years.
Okay,
right?
but when we came here, there wasn't very much population. And it was kind of like a Stephen King novel.
But
There
I
was
told
nobody
you,
walking on the streets. It was like kind of weird.
I told you just relax and it'll all build up around us, and it did.
It did, yeah. Now I like it because it's busy and trafficy.
Yeah.
But
She
before it was just way too quiet. It made me, I don't know, it was unnerving.
she
I
didn't
wasn't
like
used to it.
she didn't like Tennessee until after the what's the word I'm going to use here? The health event of 2020.
Oh.
She didn't like Tennessee until
That's
the
not
health
true.
event.
That's not true. I liked it before then. I told you, when it started getting busy here, when I started to get stuck in traffic,
Yeah.
then I liked it. I like activity around me.
When
I don't
everything
like it when like there's just like
no,
nothing happening.
I remember the turning point with you because we were looking at all these other states that were like locked down, okay? And everything was just normal here. And I remember at that point, you were like, you started to appreciate it. You started to realize, oh, wait, there is a distinct difference.
No, it wasn't that necessarily.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
say
was
so,
glad
but
that the state behaved differently. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was a big deal. I was not having it. I wasn't having it.
you weren't having it.
No, I wasn't having it.
I loved it here for the minute I got here.
No, I'm saying I wasn't having that period of time. I wasn't having
Oh,
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Charlton Zimmerman says that I am a saint putting up with you.
Yeah, she probably is.
You're not the first person that said that.
I'm not going to lie. It's like, she's nuts staying with me, but I put her through a lot.
I'm a little crazy. It's okay. Can't beat the weather here in Cali. This is true. Nice weather.
Yeah, but the cost of living and the stuff that goes on there is just, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
Anthony Perna says, Kathy, that's exactly what she thinks it will be like. What? Like a Stephen King novel? No.
Oh, no.
It's not like that now.
If you come to the Nashville area now, so we're in
It's
Murfreesboro.
busy.
I
Trust
don't,
me, I like it busy.
yeah,
I used to love to go to Manhattan.
we're in Murfreesboro. We're 25 miles south of downtown Nashville, right? But it's an unbroken metropolitan area between where we are and the city. So if you were to come down here now, so 20 years ago it was different when we got here. But if you were to come down here now, you would not be able to tell geographically. You wouldn't be able to tell
It looks a
the
lot
difference
like
between
Jersey.
here and northern Jersey. Not even northern Jersey, middle Jersey,
Yeah.
like the Route 9 area, like around Englishtown, um, Manalapan, that whole area. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
When we first moved here, I said we drove all this way to move to New Jersey. Remember
Well,
that?
when we moved here, it was kind of like the Pine Barrens. A lot of it was like the Pine
Except
Barrens.
there's no pines.
Yeah, well, but you get the general idea. No, but right now you would not be able to tell the difference between this and the nicer areas of central New Jersey.
Mm. I like that it's kind of like busy, like Staten Island City, like,
Yeah,
and then like there's cows down the road.
yeah.
That's nice.
Okay, you could count the number of homeless in our area on your fingers and toes, and they're so rare that you know them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's the wheelchair guy. He's usually over there. Oh, that's the need a sandwich guy. He's usually over there. So it's like that's the kind of region that we're in. Whereas you look at something like California, and you've got, oh God, what goes on out there?
How did you become friends with Kiwi?
Uh, I had a shop. I was like I've been the local Mopar guy forever, right? So he was going to, but I hadn't met him yet. He was going to buy a load of Mopar stuff. It was a 340 Duster and a bunch of parts, So it was a 340 Duster, a Barracuda, and like a basement full of parts from a guy who had died. So he didn't want all of it. He just wanted the Barracuda and a few certain parts. So he contacted me to see if I'd be interested in going there and buying, buying stuff with him. And I said, sure. So, and that was probably 12 years ago or thereabouts.
Mm-hmm.
About that, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, but that was about 12 years ago. And then, no, we'd keep in touch every once in a while. We'd run into each other. I'd need something or whatever. And then when I started doing YouTube, I said, yeah, I wonder what Kiwi's been up to, because I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. And I walked into his shop and I was like, my God, it's YouTube gold.
Mm.
It's like, this is a gold mine.
Well,
And
somebody was mad at you. They said something like, I wish Kiwi would go steal content from Tony for a change.
he's welcome to it. Please,
Some
are you
people
kidding
are
me?
mad at you because you go there and you film.
Oh, Jesus. Kiwi is more than welcome to steal any content he can or he wants to from
You
me.
can come look at all of our cars with bad bodywork.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not a
fine.
problem.
Come pick my cars apart. That's fine, right? Kiwi, I like Kiwi a lot. Kiwi is a really genuine person. That's the thing about Kiwi that sets him apart from like other people who I have in the area that I know. Kiwi is an extremely genuine person. Maybe even to a fault. But I like him a lot, and we get along. We get along, and people seem to really like when we do videos together. They seem to like the lives that we do together. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot with Kiwi.
There's plenty of city, you know. I mean, it's not as big as Manhattan, but honestly, I wouldn't want to be in Manhattan right now.
Listen, you take all of the usable areas of Manhattan, okay, and by
I wouldn't want to
usable,
go there.
I mean places that are functional that you can go and hang out and enjoy yourself and just go from place to place. Do a little bar hopping or restaurant hopping and just be around people. You take all of those areas that are available and combine them. Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, right, Manhattan, combine all of them, and you don't have as much as you do in Nashville.
I wouldn't
And
get
that's no exaggeration.
on the subway and walk around Manhattan the way I used to. There's no way.
You could walk around. You could walk around Nashville anytime. Well, obviously, there are some neighborhoods you don't want to do that, right? But as far as like the city, inside the city of Nashville, you can walk around there any time of the day or night, and you don't have a care in the world. And the cops are really cool. I've had friends. I won't mention them. I've had friends who've journeyed off into Nashville and done some extremely stupid things that should have landed them in jail, and the cops were like, no, you just sleep it off and I'll come and wake you up in a few hours. So we have a great city. I cannot begin to tell you how awesome this place is.
But McIntyre says times have changed, cat, not safe anymore. Yeah, no way would I walk around Manhattan. I wouldn't be getting on a ferry at midnight. No, wouldn't do it. So then what's the point of living in New York City?
Right, exactly.
Never been to New York, and I would only go to see the September 11th memorial, John M says. I have never seen that. I have no desire to see that.
Yeah, we
I
saw
mean, I
the real thing.
understand
That
why
was
people
enough.
do, but I don't want to see it.
We saw all the funeral processions.
Yeah, I
And
don't
we
want to see it.
smelled it for a month. So yeah, enough
I
of
was
that.
on the ferry the first day that it reopened,
I sent you there by gold.
and I was on the ferry like the first trip back, and it was like something out of a science fiction movie. Like I can't even describe what I saw from the ferry. It was crazy. But nobody had phones that took pictures, really. I
No.
mean, they did, but I didn't. You had to force me to get a cell phone when we moved here. Remember?
Well,
I
back then,
wouldn't
all you
carry
had was
one.
flip phones. There were no smartphones.
Yeah, I didn't want a phone. You had no idea how much I didn't want a phone. And then we moved here, and he's like, "You have to get a phone." And I was like, "No, I don't."
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up in Paramus, and I remember seeing the black cloud around the towers for months. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. You both have a cold, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
A vicious cold.
Yep. You're gonna hear me cough in a few minutes.
That lozenge, that helps you.
Mm-hmm. It's the only thing keeping me from coughing right now. Do you need another one?
No, I'm not coughing right now.
You sure?
Yeah, hold on to it. You may need those things.
How many do we have left?
Oh, jeez.
We only have 3.
You're in trouble.
Should I go get more before the store closes?
What time's the store close?
In an hour.
Yeah, we'll end it early tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're absolutely going to need those things.
Yeah, I can't sleep without them. No way.
I haven't slept in like 2 days. As soon as I fall asleep, the coughing fit starts.
Mm. Talking to each other.
Because they're done with us.
They're done with us?
They're done with
They
us.
might be. Sorry, guys. Go get better. Yeah.
They're like,
I know.
screw these Tennesseans.
Screw these Tennesseans?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I hear the banjo music now.
Stevie B says City getting a bad rap, but we'll get through it.
What's got a bad rap?
City will always be the hottest city in the world.
Which will?
I guess New York City. Talking about New York City?
You're on drugs.
Oh, don't tell him that.
Go.
Don't tell him that.
Go on YouTube right now, okay? Give me one of those things. Go on YouTube right now, okay? And go Google New York City 1987. Okay? And it's a video of street scenes from 1987. Guys just walking around Manhattan. Oh, God, this is bad. Hang on, guys.
See, I just found out my kid's girlfriend is from Staten Island.
Just found out what?
Zero says he just found out his kid's girlfriend is from Staten Island. Good
So,
luck.
so, Mr. New York, right?
Mr. New York.
Mr. New York, go right now and Google or YouTube search New York 1987. Watch that. And then you tell me what part of New York City still even remotely resembles that, or the people look like the people that are in that video. It's been over there for decades, bro.
I'm sorry, Stevie B. So he doesn't want to go back.
I'll go back after they pave the place over.
He says it's changed, I know. Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Yeah, and it's not coming back. There's no reason for it to ever come back. New York City became New York City because of its layout. Brooklyn and Manhattan, all the waterways. So I remember when I was a kid, a little kid, like in the 60s, I remember anywhere you went, there were piers and shipping places. So New York was a center of commerce. We were trading with Europe, and so it was the shortest way across the Atlantic to New York, and you had all of that port area.
And you had the opportunity to be a longshoreman.
I had the opportunity, yeah, I could have been a
You said
longshoreman.
no.
My grandfather ran the docks back
Yeah,
in the
he was a
50s.
longshoreman.
So,
They made good money back then.
oh yeah. So that was the thing with New York. So that's how it grew from like the 1890s until like the 1960s. Then trade started with the West Coast, and all of a sudden, all the manufacturing, all the import, export, all that stuff just went dead. So then New York kind of reinvented itself and became the financial capital of the world. But that was at a time when you needed to have everybody in a close proximity with messengers going back and forth. So if you were in world trade, world commerce, you had to have a place in Manhattan, and you had to be connected to the other places around you in a physical way. And so through the 80s, the late 70s, the 80s, the 90s, New York flourished on that. Then the internet happened in a big way, and remote communication happened in a big way. And now you don't have to be down the street from the person who you're trading with. You could be on an island in the middle of Botswana and do the same trade that you could on Broadway. So it's over. There's nothing to come back. It can't reinvent itself as anything else.
You being yelled at. Don't talk with food in your mouth. Jeez.
Oh, if I didn't have this in my mouth, I'd be coughing my.
It's a cough drop. Like
It's
we're
a cough
both
drop.
really sick, so you're gonna hear me talk with a cough drop in my mouth too. Does Tony know Mike Doherty from North Carolina?
It rings a bell. It rings a bell. There was a guy who used to write for goldeagle.com named Mike Doherty. He used to go by the name Magumbo Guru.
He
And
just disappeared.
what's that?
He just disappeared.
He disappeared. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's the Mike Doherty's talking about or the Mike Doherty, the magazine guy. Either way, I've never met them.
Yeah. Hello, Daryl Smith. He's waving.
Hey,
What vegetables are you growing this year, Kathy? Oh, the same ones. Eggplant, tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini. What else? I think that's it. I'm growing some watermelon.
by accident.
By accident.
The accidental watermelons.
It's a watermelon.
We planted watermelons last year, right? And they didn't come up. Oh no, they did, but we got like these tiny little watermelons. So it was the best
It
I could do.
wasn't a good watermelon. The cantaloupe was really excellent last year.
So she nursed these watermelons along
Yeah,
and
they
got no
weren't-
results.
Yeah.
So the other day she's
Oh,
cleaning up
good.
back here, and there's weeds growing between the fence and the concrete here. Watermelon. There's watermelons growing on the other side of the cars along the fence.
Maybe. Magumbo, like the movie? The Magumbo Guru.
Yeah,
He's
the
a
Magumbo
financial
Guru.
guy. He used to write articles all the time. Mace Man says I'm growing cucumbers, onions, and also got some strawberry starters. Our strawberries didn't grow.
Maggie ate them all.
Do I use heirloom seeds? Yes, I do. Yep. Watermelon, what do they want? What do you know about the ball stud Hemi?
I wrote the article. I wrote the first article on it back in 1980. Oh God, 1988, and it was in the. It was either in the first or the second issue of Mopar Action magazine. I did that one with Dick Landy. In fact, the Hot Rod Hoarder just did a video on the ball stud Hemi, and he shows a magazine story and the title and everything. But my name is not. I don't know if it was the way he photographed it or he took my name out. I don't know. But that was an article that I wrote back in 1988 with Dick Landy on the Ball Stud Hemi.
Mm.
And then I did a video on the Ball Stud Hemi, I'm going to say 2 years ago. Around 2 years ago. And I'm sure it's still up.
People have been watching that video.
Have they?
Yeah, I've seen a few comments on it recently,
Yeah.
over the past couple of days. People start to watch old videos. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Greg Capuano says, I am building Chevys, but Uncle Tony is my favorite YouTuber.
Thank you.
I am learning so much.
Bro, I try to do stuff that applies across the board. I mean, Mopars are my thing, they always have been. But it's kind of like, if you go back to like the days of the car magazine, right? Everything they did was Chevy-centric. Everything was based on Chevys, because that's what they had. That's what they got good, really good deals on from the manufacturers and everything. That's what the aftermarket wanted to push, all Chevy stuff. I try to do the same kind of thing. I use Mopars as an example, but I try to include the other makes to say, okay, well, Chrysler did this. The difference between the Chrysler and the Chevy is this. The difference between the Chrysler and the Ford is this. So I try to make the things that I do apply to like everything, but I use the Mopars as the example. And I do a lot of Mopar history stuff. People seem to really love the Mopar history stuff. And if I don't die tonight, if I actually make it through the night and I wake up tomorrow morning intact and functional, which doesn't look too bright right now.
I know you'll be fine.
I have a really different Mopar history video, or it's in my head. I just gotta actually put it up.
Yeah, you can't do any videos the past couple of days because you can't really talk.
Yeah, like doing a live, I can tell you guys, look, I'm freaking sick, and that's why I sound the way I do. But you can't really do that on video.
Excuse me, everybody.
But yeah, the next video we do is actually going to be another Mopar history piece. That even Ford and Oldsmobile and Buick and Chevy guys will enjoy. I guarantee it.
Lone Wolf says, Uncle T, how does it feel to be a YouTube superstar? Also, how does it feel to have Brian gone forever? Thank you.
First off, I'm hardly a
YouTube superstar.
Hardly a YouTube superstar. How does it feel? It feels exactly the same as when I sold parts for a living. Exactly the same as when I fixed cars for a living. Exactly the same as when I ran coffee houses and stuff like that. It's just my job. It's just what I do, and I don't take it past this. And what was the other thing? Brian?
And how does it feel to have Brian gone forever?
I miss Brian. I wish he would come back. I know he's probably watching this right now, seething in some way, and I do genuinely, sincerely miss him, and I wish he would come back.
Oh my goodness.
Listening to Brian was exactly the same as listening to my family.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, you can't show me any kind of hell that I don't know already. Bring it.
Let's see. Did you name the Charger yet? Right back.
No, we haven't. Car's got to name itself.
Lone Wolf says I was just being funny. Laugh out loud. Jay was looking for, what was your go-to wrecking yard in Staten Island?
Yakarinos.
When you were younger.
Yakarinos. I lived at Yakarinos, and I learned so much in that yard. I used to go there. I would take the bus. They were closed on Sundays. Although I would find my way in under the fence and everything on Sundays too. Not that I went to steal anything. But that place, I used to get off of school and I would take the bus down onto Kill Road and get off at Yakarinos. And like that was my thing for like my adolescence. And it was a big sprawling yard. And they only crushed stuff once in a while because it was a big sprawling yard. And they had everything there. They had cars from the 30s, the 40s, and the vast majority of stuff there was from the 60s.
When did they close? What year?
Right around 1980, I think.
Which one did you take me to? You took me to one. We were dating.
I don't know. during the '70s, it was Yacarino's was the big one.
Right.
It was enormous. Okay, and then across the street from Yacarino's was
Mhm.
RCL, and RCL was more of a junkyard type of thing. They would stack cars and stuff, but they had a lot of cool stuff.
I think
They had a
that's where you
'66
took me.
Hemi satellite in there.
Mhm.
Um, and then down the street from them was Amino Brothers, and I worked for Amino Brothers for like a summer or a period of time, a few months. But Yacarino's was the place where I really learned a lot about cars. I studied everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't learn this stuff in school, and the magazines only showed you so much. But it was crawling around on the cars in Yacarino's that I started to gain an appreciation for the evolution of things. Because you'd have the same type of car, you'd have like the first generation, the second generation, the third generation, and I would study each one and see the differences, and then you say, well, why did they do this and why did they do that, and that's where my hands-on curiosity for cars really bit hard. So if it wasn't for Yacarinos, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube right now.
Mhm. Let's see. Tim Page says, glad you can keep the separation between work slash job and the craziness your YouTube channel can create you to.
It creates a lot of craziness,
Uh, yeah,
but we're
sometimes.
kind of used to crazy.
Sometimes.
We've had a lot of crazy, with plenty more crazy to come.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, everyone. These sickies deserve a click working sick.
I always work so
Mm.
slower,
Oh,
fewer
yeah.
hours, but yeah, I pulled a motor yesterday. This morning, I block sanded for a few hours.
I put a floor down.
She put a floor down in the kitchen,
I
did a
did. I
beautiful
laid a
job.
beautiful floor.
We work when we're sick.
Yep. And then I'm like, I'm suffering.
Yeah, we just go
She's
a
like,
little
sit
slower.
down. I'm like,
We,
no, I have other things to do. Let's see. What's your favorite sitcom in the olden days?
Green Acres,
Yeah, you like reading.
hands down, Green Acres.
More American automotive manufacturing history videos. People like the history videos.
They do.
They're good. They're interesting. Let's see. Are you going to do another thing with Steve Magnanti?
Yeah, we're supposed to get together the first week of August.
Are you?
Yeah, so I'll call him or whatever tomorrow. I'll set it up with him.
Okay. Are we going to do a podcast?
I do want to do a podcast, but I don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay. Because we haven't talked about that.
I know. Well, we've been
We've been
occupied with.
busy and sick. Let's see. What gaskets can you reuse? Arthur is asking. Or Tora.
What
Good
gaskets
one.
can you reuse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you cannot reuse any composite gasket. Period. The end. Um, the exception to that is if it's only been a very short while. Like for instance, now, let's say you put your engine together, right, and you've got composite head gaskets on it. For example, um, if you start the engine and something's weird and you got to take it right apart again, if the gaskets come off in one piece, you're fine to throw them back on. But if they go through heating and cooling cycles, don't reuse them. I've reused valve cover gaskets thousands of times, um, but that's providing that they're like the kind of engine that you're going to pull like the fuel cars. It's like you just keep using the same valve cover gaskets over and over again because the valve covers come off every 2 minutes. And you take precautions to make sure the gaskets don't get damaged. Steel shim gaskets you can reuse. Like for instance, Mopar big block Mopar intake manifold gaskets are eternally reusable. There's no water that passes through them, so they never rust or anything like that. You can coat them like with copper coat or a shellac, but it's not necessary. Uh, those gaskets are reusable indefinitely. But stamp shim gaskets that go through a water passage, you got to be careful. You got to look at what those are going to be. I don't even know if I answered the question. I don't. I think I
Did
may
you
have just
answer that?
imagined the question. To
Okay,
tell you the
we're
truth.
75 minutes in, so we're over an hour. Do you want to call it early tonight? Because I still have to get cough drops. We have one cough drop left between the two
All
of
right,
us.
go just a little while longer.
All right, they close at 9.
I know.
I want those cough drops. They're really good.
Okay.
You're sitting in the dark. Do you want some light? The lights are
Sure.
off. All right, hang on. I'll be right back, guys. Talk, Tori.
I'm sorry, guys. This is like she she was like, "Can't we be professional and just postpone it until tomorrow?" And I was like, "No, we don't do anything professional. Just send it."
I'm gonna cough.
That's okay.
It's okay. Oh my goodness. Taco Bell, here I come, Zero says. You want Taco Bell? Please go get cough drops. I feel bad. There's one left, Tony.
I know. I know.
Do you need it?
No, I don't need it. I'm fine.
You're talking more than me.
I'm fine.
Here, I'll
I'm
give
fine.
it to you.
No, I don't want it. Here, hold on to that. You're gonna need it.
We can split it in half.
No, I'm not gonna split your freaking cough drop.
If we were on a desert island, we would split it in half, right? We would share.
No, no. I would just, I just here. Take it. I'll tough it out.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. All right, but we only have a few more minutes left, okay? Because I gotta get more. Okay, let's see. By the Fisherman's Friend, they hope the best, do they? These are pretty good. They're working.
Those have worked
And they
really
don't really
well.
taste like cough drops. They're these.
Yeah, I normally don't like stuff
Swiss
like that.
Alpine Herbs Berry Medley. They're really good.
You know what was really good?
What?
I missed them. They used to have, I think it was called Ludens.
They have that.
They were a cherry.
They do nothing. They're just candy.
Yeah, but they tasted really good.
Yeah, they're candy. They were like the only candy you could eat during school.
Right.
During class. It's like, oh, I gotta start the route. And that gum, because I couldn't chew gum in my class.
Right.
But they had gum called Asper gum. It was
I
aspirin
remember
that was
that.
gum.
I remember that.
It was tasty.
Yeah.
So I used to chew aspirin gum all day long. I'm like, I'm sick.
Ways to get around
Okay.
the system.
Ludens, yeah. I get a fifth and sweat it out. I can't do that. Let's see. Holes are good. I always hated holes. The commercial is very catchy. Ricola.
Yeah.
Get better soon. Thank you, Johnny C. Check between the couch cushions and car seats for cough drops that got away.
We have dogs. That'll never happen.
Yeah, no. Ludens are great. Do you want me to get you Ludens, Tony?
No.
They don't do anything.
No, just get those. Just get those.
Okay.
I plan on beating this by tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Dickie Farley says, I'm 36 today.
Happy birthday,
At
Dickie.
Uncle's, can you please send me an envelope with mozzarella? Laugh out loud. And Tony is thinking of cherry Luden's throat lozenges.
Yeah, they were delicious.
Happy birthday, Dickie Farley.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
You gonna sing, Tony, for him?
No, I'm not gonna sing. I'm just
Come
gonna
on,
say happy
Tony.
birthday.
Sing for Dickie Farley. Come on.
I'm not singing anything.
Sing the song.
What?
Sing the song.
I'm not gonna sing the song.
Do it.
No, I'm happy birthday to you. You gotta sing with me.
I'm sick.
No, come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to Dickie
to
Farley.
Dickie Farley. Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
How old are you now?
36, he said already.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's not our best voices.
That was my best voice.
No, that's not my best voice. He says thanks. Coughing fit in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. We're sorry, guys. Haha, poor Tony. That was awkward for him. did it. He did a good job.
I tried.
This is not music.
This is not musical advice.
Smith Brothers did a cherry cough drop. Yeah. Oh, I like the licorice ones. Oh, you don't like
I
licorice.
don't.
The
I
black
like. I like
ones?
licorice. I don't want anything licorice flavored.
Oh, the singing was fine. Oh, nice. The singing was good.
Oh, awesome. I wonder what Simon Cowell would have thought.
He wouldn't like it.
No.
I see there was a Yacarino's in Arthur Hill Road and one at Wynant Place. Keep Staten Island clean was their motto.
Yep. Yacarino's was the best. It was the best. And it went all the way back to the water. And when they got really busy and it was high tide, the cars at the end of this is right in the Arthur Kill. The cars at the end of the yard would be half in the Arthur Kill.
Dickie Farley. He says, thanks so much, UTG. That really didn't mean a lot. Well, good.
You're
We
welcome.
were hoping it was meaningless.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Joe Cocker quit singing when he passed that kidney stone. Yeah. All right. I need cough drops.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, guys,
That's
we gotta
mean. Yeah, it was mean, wasn't it?
we gotta
Okay.
we gotta pull the plug early because our feelings are hurt.
Right.
Oh.
Dickie Farley hurt our feelings on his birthday.
We're sick and just about ready to die. So this was as much fun as we could make it. I
Yes,
think.
sorry everybody. We just sang. We sang for you. Just saying feel better, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
So Thursday night, Kiwi.
Yeah.
Our mods, guys. Thank you so much, Fubar. I don't even know if
Have
Harry
that
was
cough
here.
drop. I'm gonna go get more.
Zero.
Here.
No, you take that because you'll have a coffin fit on the way to the store. Super chat, guys. Thank you so much. And everybody else, thank you equally. And Kathy, make this stop so I can go inside.
Okay, we're gonna stop, everybody.
Yes.
Don't get a summer cold. All right.
Summer colds are the worst. It's the worst.
You can go to get our merch at UncleTony'sGarage.com.
What's weird is that I have a fever, okay?
Yeah.
So I got chills
Uh-huh.
and a little bit of the sweats, but
Yeah.
it's like 85 degrees out here.
It's more than that
So
right now.
it's more than that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really disorienting and weird.
Okay.
Make it stop. Just make it stop now.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Have a great week.